Hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and update everyone on like the next week or two of uploads. It's actually kind of chilly out. I'm going to my car. So to start it off, make it simple. I got a new job, so my weekends are kind of packed now, and I can't really do anything about it. But it's just Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so I can still get video clips during the week or like Saturdays, and uploading shouldn't be different. I'll still do weekends or Wednesdays, I think. I put a voting poll on Garage Amino if anyone wanted to vote and tell me when I should upload. So what does this mean for the channel? A lot of good things, actually. It means I can finally get inspection sticker on the front, which means this car will be fully legal to drive. It's honestly the main point. That'll let me get out to car meets more. I'll be able to drive a lot further, because my other driving videos, I had a 10-day like grace period to get my inspection sticker. Alright, as I was saying, I had to get out of my car, get some better footage. Working a new job means I can get my rear rotors now, because I only had front rotors and pads. Now I actually have rear rotors that should pass inspection. I can finally get better tires than what I currently have, which are these old unknown Dean tires. Some of this nastiness out of it. Once it's inspected, I can go out to meets a lot more, drive it a whole lot more, but mainly start driving it to get estimated prices on paint. For those that don't know, if you can't tell, it's got some pretty faded paint. It's also got this nasty trim, but that also, I found Atkins Rotary has that for both sides, and it's about like 250 bucks, which is steep. That's kind of, it'll be a if I can afford it expense, because it's not really ruining anything, it just looks bad. But paint is needed. Right here is a big bubble with clear coat, and it's open up here, and you can kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but water got trapped inside of it and was stuck inside that bubble for a day or two, unfortunately, and those are either rust bubbles or the paint's starting to corrode off. So many leaves. Yeah, so the main thing that it needs right now is paint. I was looking at some local people that might be able to help me out. I think I can get a decent price when it gets painted. I will say it off the bat right now, don't expect a crazy good paint job. I'm also thinking of taking this off. I just have nowhere to put it. It's also helping contain the heat away from the hood. Yeah, you can kind of see. There. Right here. And right there. Those are the only spots with rust, or where the paint's really bad on the car. It's mainly just to seal it up so that rust doesn't get any worse. A lot of it's just surface rust, so I don't really have a problem. I also just wanted to look good. Whatever paint job I get, it's not gonna be like some 10 out of 10 crazy good paint job. I'm gonna close my hood. As I was saying, let's see. For those that actually don't know why I just had to do that, no, I'm not trying to annoy my neighbors. These cars build up carbon pretty bad inside the rotors, like rotor housings. So every time you run it, you want to try to rev it out and actually get some of that carbon out. I'm looking at my rear view actually, trying to see if there's any white smoke. I'll hop back out of the car again to see, but try to make sure the car's healthy. Yeah, the FC will be on the road a lot. When I moved to college, I have a lot of RX-7 guys I met, so there's going to be some FDRX-7s, FCRX-7s, an FBRX-7, and a guy with a Mazda Uranus Cosmo, which is the car the 20B's from. There's some of those guys where I'm moving for college, so once this car is legal, I'm driving up there, because it's only about an hour and a half away, and I'm going to do some footage up there. I have a buddy that's the other way, but 3 hours or something like that, 2 hours or something like that. That has some pretty cool car meets that he has going on near him. I'm going to make it out to them, and I met two people that are super local to me. One has a black RX, like FCRX-7 and S4, and a guy has a red vert top. I'm really hoping to make it out to see them, like go to those car meets. They'll probably be after October. The reason it's going to take 2 weeks is because my first paycheck won't be my first week that I work, and since my money's going to be put back for a week, I won't be getting my first paycheck until October 2nd, which isn't a problem, but it just means the FC won't be on the road. I can't even drive it right now because it's got low gas. It's enough to get me to a gas station and fill it. I had to skip out on a meet that I was going to record at. I'll try to do an update video. When it gets inspected, I'll take it for another drive because I'll be able to go get gas because I honestly don't have the money for gas right now. After it gets inspected, I'm calling a bunch of places to see what they can do about dent removal, cleaning up the clear coat, well, repainting the whole car harbor blue. I'm really hoping, I think I mentioned it when I was looking at the engine bay. It's not going to be anything professional or crazy well professional. It's going to be decent, good enough to seal the car back up. Once, like, it will look better than it does now, but I 100% bet that it won't be the best paint job you've ever seen, especially on YouTube. I've narrowed down the price of the 20B build. I could talk about that a little bit. So the 20B build will be much, much, much cheaper than I thought it was going to be. I recently found a long block for sale, an actual 20B REW, no transmission, doesn't have the ECU, but all the engine harness is there. I don't know the miles on the motor. I'm not going to be getting it, but this is just reference. It was $7,100, and that's for an engine that I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. $7,100 for the engine. I'm not going to build it all. I'll build it like I thought I was going to before. That was way overpriced for what I was wanting. I'm not going to have to do the T56 trans because I didn't know that, yeah, this is the auto. I didn't know that the Turbo 2 manual 5-speed that came in these cars from factory it'll mount right up to the 20B up front. So that means it will go right into the normal mounting position. I'll be able to get the OEM trim, which I'm going to get the, I'll get the boot, the sound deadening down here. I'll have the standard urethane shift knob because I don't want it to stand out. It's kind of a sleeper style build. I found those parts along with the window trim. So it'll be about $400-500 for all the interior parts. That's the shift boot, shift knob, everything underneath here, the trim. But again, that stuff comes once I can afford it and all that. This automatic trans, yeah, boring, as a lot of people say, but it's doing the job. The car drives great. For those that don't know, it's got 92,000 miles on it. The car's mint. It drives great. I'm going to preserve it probably how it is. Save up the money, buy the 20B, build it correctly with a full rebuild kit, replace all the O-rings, gaskets, rebuild the rotors with steel apex seals and everything new for the rotors. I might even be able to post a picture up of the rebuild kits and their prices, how much I'll be spending on that. The transmission, I don't want to skip out on anything and then have something go wrong when I do the swap. The trans, again, like I said before, Turbo 2 5-speed. I'm going to get a rebuilt one. Those go for about $1,000, like $1,050. And after shipping, I have no clue. That's probably, with its weight, I have no clue what the shipping will be on that. And the gauge cluster, I had to get a manual one, but I don't want the Turbo 2 cluster. I'm going to try to find a feed cluster. I'll have to put a picture up of that. It has a 10,000 RPM, like not a red line, but it can go up to 10,000 RPM, and it has a 300 kilometer per hour speedometer. But it has a turbo, which even when I put the 20B in, I'm not going to have turbos. So what I'm going to do, or what I want to do, is if I can honestly just put the 10,000 RPM tack in, I'll be super happy. Because for those that, again, that don't know, if you didn't see the previous video, the 20B will be a 300 horsepower naturally aspirated engine with the main goal of revving high. If I can squeeze out even 9,500 RPM, that'd be perfect for the engine. That'll sound what I want with the ITBs and it being naturally aspirated. It'll be fun. It'll be great. I'm really, really excited. The only thing with that is I'm going to have to get a standalone ECU. I have to price how much a Haltech one costs, and if I can make that work and everything else work with it. At the end of the day, I want this car to feel like the 20B was a stock engine from Mazda in this car. Once I get the 20B, there will be a pretty big series on it. I'm going to be doing the rebuilding as much as I can myself, unless like the housings are scored, or like if per se like something's actually like damaged on it. I'm going to have to send that off to a machine shop. I don't have the tools to do that. I mean, I hardly have the tools to do the engine swap, and I'm going to build up the parts so I can honestly do the swap as quickly as possible once everything is ready. 20B build probably starting next year. That doesn't mean me swapping it. That means buying parts. That could be anything from buying just the titanium studs, or just the gasket set, or if I'm making enough money, like so let's say YouTube kicks off, I'm going to start updating my production quality for the channel. This is probably going to be a lot longer video than I thought it was going to be. It's a pretty big update video. But yeah, this is more inside the car rambling. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm really liking doing the YouTube stuff, so hopefully it kicks off so I can start paying for some cool stuff for the channel. I really don't want to start putting my own money into it. I gotta be doing stuff with the car, like paint, tires, and stuff like that. That's necessary. Hopefully it kicks off, though. I've rambled enough. I think I'll go ahead and close out the video. Yeah, thanks for watching.